Hey everybody, it's Jonathan here with Dignitas' lock-in tournament recap. The goal of this video is to kind of go over a lot of what happened this year so far, kind of keep everyone caught up in the loop, things that kind of just give you an idea of how things were going behind the scenes so we can kind of show you more than just, what I have to say. So to start things off, I want to talk a little bit about why we had subs, kind of the issues that led into it, and kind of give a little more behind the scenes. I did do an interview with Arsh over at NA Men, kind of went into some details of how the system works in general for visas, but some of the issues that we ran into in particular was just because of the timeline where we signed everybody, took a little longer than we would have liked because we started a little later, and because of that we kind of missed the mark a little more than some of the other teams who got their players in right at the last possible second before the start of week 1. Obviously what that meant for us was bringing in Mobility and Breezy, who again, we're so thankful that they were able to come in and help out. It was a very last minute thing when we kind of knew that this was going to be for sure a requirement for us, and we were super glad that their teams were able to accommodate and we were able to get them out here practicing with us in person pretty quickly, and also be able to put our best foot forward after a bunch of practice with at least the same squad, even if it wasn't the intended starting squad. For a lot of fans, obviously it wasn't the result we wanted to see against Lyon, but I think we should be pretty proud of being able to put together the fight that we did against them. I think there was some really crazy moments in Game 2 that got everyone really excited about the potential of not just the roster, but also these subs moving forward as their careers in NACL continue to develop. So really looking forward to kind of keeping a watchful eye on them in their Tier 2 adventures and seeing what their season turns into later this March. And so for week 3, we actually had everyone come in. So Simon Swiffer, our head coach, managed to get in. We were finally kind of reunited with the whole squad. No more doing Discord reviews or anything like that. We actually got to move over to our review room, sit down as a group, go over games together. And I think that really helped the team a lot to have that very in-person dynamic and dialogue between not just the players, but also now the head coach. I think that kind of led to a lot of really productive reviews pretty much immediately. And we kind of had a few really good kind of individual reviews that stood out above the rest as very tone setting for a lot of the team, and kind of our approach not just to practice but also to matches and being able to always bounce back. In our early conversations with Swiffer and myself, and even kind of the upper management at Dignitas, one of our core goals was to build a team with a really strong team culture. And it's a really easy buzzword to say, but for us what that really meant was a group of people who enjoyed playing together and were able to give each other tough criticism and feedback without that feeling, that prickly feeling of being offended or frustrated or anything like that. We wanted this to be a team where we can all sit down after a game, acknowledge where we made mistakes, and kind of point out criticisms of each other in a way where we're actually going to be better for it.
If you want to fight, we should fight when they take Drake, no?
Yeah. But we need Rise with us, I think.
Can't you guys just run?
We should start fighting Rise out right now.
Yeah.
Everyone's not here yet.
We should already start fighting when Drake is 1 HP. He's already 1 HP.
We had a lot of moments backstage, even after terrible losses or frustrating wins that we kind of managed to get done but weren't happy about, where we were able to have these really tough conversations in stressful moments, and ultimately you kind of get through them pretty easily. And I think a lot of the team really noticed that feeling all throughout the time together, even towards the end when we had these high pressure playoff matches and tiebreakers and stuff like that. And I know this offseason a lot of people were very critical of a lot of our moves, but I think this year we really, even in the 3 weeks of games, we're able to show some really standout performance and moments from all of our players.
Bears. No flash.
We win this.
Bears, no flash.
Penta. Hey, my Penta!
I think at the very beginning, Photon was, showing a lot of highlight moments of him playing carries, strong matchups top lane, and really making advantages for himself and making himself super strong. I think, that Kennen game is one that really jumps out to mind of where he really made his mark on the game. And I think the team is always growing, and I think Photon is excited to be able to grow with us, and I think has kind of made a name for himself at this point as one of the stronger top lanes in the region. So definitely looking forward to his continued growth. I know a lot of people were unsure about where XU would stand in a team like this, and I think especially that week 3 performance, he was kind of the lead person building a lot of our growth in our gold leads, our actual communication in game, and I think that performance alone really showed that he has what it takes to be a great jungler in this league.
Full fight. I believe in you, bro.
Full flip.
Yeah, full flip. Fucking smurfing.
And I know in particular there was a lot of criticism for our pickup of Palafox. I think a lot of people saw his performance on Shopify last year and didn't really see a path to redemption, but I think even the time that he's been on Dig, he's really shown that he has what it takes, he deserves a place in this league, and he's someone who can continue to grow and get back to his old performance. So I really hope that people kind of keep him in the conversation and be aware of what he can do in this league, because I think he's just getting started with what he can show.
Give me assist.
Bye-bye, Shopify.
Let's go, guys.
Bye-bye.
This is for Christian, baby.
This is for Christian. Telefox.
Thank you.
And I think once we actually got FBI back in town, I think there was that initial tough week with week 2 where we all kind of weren't quite there yet, but week 3 he really showed how dominant of an AD carry he is in this league. I think that Aphelios performance in the tiebreaker, even though we didn't get over the finish line, I mean, what is there to say? I think without him we wouldn't have had that opportunity to be in that game. So I think his kind of intangibles outside the game, his shot calling in the game, and just the voice he brings to this team, as well as just, you know, the actual performance in game, is just a combination that I think really helps pull this entire team together in a way that makes us a team that can really grow throughout the year.
Dragon Baron.
Yep.
Don't talk so much in fight, please, okay?
Okay.
Just focus and play.
And last up is Ignar. I think a lot of people really weren't sure what to expect considering he hadn't played pro in the last year, but I think for a lot of us here it was very much business as usual. A lot of people kind of aren't aware of what makes Ignar in game, and I think for us it's a lot of just the kind of assertiveness in game. He knows what he wants to do, he knows what he can do on the map, and he's someone where, you know, if he feels a strong opportunity somewhere on the map, he's going to go straight to it and tell everyone, hey, I'm doing this. And I think that's something that a lot of supports in the league don't always necessarily have. And so for what's next for us, we're going to be taking a little bit of a break here on the League of Legends side. I think a lot of the players have kind of noticed a very good opportunity right now to just take some time, relax, recuperate, and kind of come back strong. And because of that, we're also going to be here a little earlier than some other teams to try and get started for next season, not just filming content, but also practicing. And I think a lot of us are really excited genuinely to kind of see what we can do in Split 2. I think a lot of the players feel really strongly that with this group of players and coaches that we really can make a pretty strong impact on the league. We can really climb the ranks. And even though we're taking a bit of a break, I wouldn't call it a full break. A lot of the players and coaches are definitely going to be watching the VODs. There's a lot of League of Legends happening around the world to kind of keep their eyes on and, you know, keep digesting and going through and seeing how that meta might affect the future. So a lot of stuff to be looked at there. And then also any opportunities that there are for interviews is something that we're super open to. We're going to be super available still throughout this period for anyone who wants to chat with us, get an opportunity now that there's not the pressure of the season to schedule something with myself, coaches, players, anyone they want. Yeah, and that's it for the lock-in tournament for us. I think going into next split, we're super excited and even more excited that we got to build some momentum, not just on the Rift, but also off the Rift with some of the fans, some of the pundits, some of the folks around the scene. We're definitely looking to kind of keep that momentum going in Split 2, keep interest up, and give everyone something to cheer about with some more games and hopefully some more wins.